Today we've got the Avengers trailer. I'm one of the few people that isn't completely ecstatic about this movie coming out. Now I'm fine with fun little tail things at the end of the movie, but when you make Iron Man 2 a 2-hour teaser for the Avengers movie, that's when I get pissed. Just make an Iron Man movie and then do your thing with the Avengers later, but don't intermix the two and add a bunch of crap we don't need to see.
Agreed?
My other fear with this movie is that it possibly is going to be overly star-studded. And like any of these other past overly star-studded movies, there's too much hype and there's too much expectation for them to be the greatest movie of all time, and they just fall flat. Like Mars Attacks or The Expendables. With all those amazing actors and characters and everything involved, you think it'd be amazing, and then it's probably one of the worst movies you've ever seen.
Not anymore. We're going to take charge of this thing.
So after years and years of promoting a movie that we know nothing about other than the characters that will eventually be in the movie, we have the trailer, which shows us absolutely nothing. Just Thor, Iron Man, and the Hulk standing around cracking jokes. There's no action, there's no real hint of a plot, there is only one real villain in it, we think, which is Loki, and honestly, I would prefer any other villain in this movie. I think it's kind of, he was already the villain in one movie, Thor, seen it, done it. I know there's not too many villains left over that they haven't used in movies. Now there is one good thing that comes out of this movie, and that's this photo. Yep, I'd pay $10 to see that. Now I'd also like to take a moment to talk about what I've heard from women over the years about comics, and that's basically that they say all women in comics look like they're drawn by guys who've never been laid. Translation, smoking hot with nice racks. This is true. But I don't know if they've also noticed that all the men in the comics look like they work out 5 hours a day, 7 days a week. I feel a little inadequate too. We're all in this boat together. I just don't know how women can miss all those massive, bulging superhero muscles. I mean, the first thing I notice about female characters is their leg muscle definition. I mean, man, they must be able to run fast. Another thing that's missing from the trailer is a couple of the original members. Now, for those who don't know, the first issue of Avengers was Thor, Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, and then Ant-Man and Wasp. Now, Ant-Man's main power was that he was the size of an ant, and Wasp was the size of a wasp. And those were basically their superpowers. So I could kind of understand why they might not make it into this movie. But after watching the trailer a couple times, I actually realized they are there. 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 And there. So I was wrong. The whole team is in the movie. You just have to look closely. Now here's the spoiler. Ant-Man dies. Watch closely.
I mean, swing.
Did you see that? Here it is again in slow motion. There's Ant-Man hanging out on Thor's arm. And oh my god, Tony Stark just crushed him alive. Oh, the humanity. Oh. So in the end, we still know absolutely nothing about the Avengers movie other than it has a lot of millionaire actors dressed as superheroes talking and making jokes. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait another 8 months until the movie comes out to actually know what it's about. Until then, we have plenty of movies to watch in the meantime, like Captain America on Blu-ray, because that was a winner.